Hey, what's up? My name is Clayton J, and today's topic is going to be about, will I ever forgive my transphobic parents? Yeah, I thought this would be a fun video to make, only because in the comments, I always get, like, one of you subscribers commenting, hey, Clayton, what do I do? Like, my family members don't support me, but I don't want to kick them out of my life because they're my family, and I love them. How do I make them support me? So, the thing is, if they don't support you, they're not gonna support you. And yes, I know, maybe one day they'll support you, you know, because I actually have a buddy that I used to text all the time. We don't text that often anymore, but I used to text him, and he says that he's been transitioning for a while. He's older, like 30-ish, and he says and he's like transitioned right now, and his parents still dead name him, but they're coming around slowly. Like, I cannot deal with that, and that's his decision. I'm really happy that he wants to have a connection with his family. Even before transitioning, I wasn't happy there. I didn't feel like I was part of the family, so that also might be why I don't want to fix it. But just a little recap. I came out, they didn't really support me. They kept dead naming me. So then, turned 18, I left, you know. And I did recently, like, last time I saw them was 2018. Like, officially saw them was 2018. And remember, it's about 2021. So yeah, it's been about 3 years. But when I did in 2019, I did work at Walmart, and my adopted dad would come in, and I would be working on I'd be working on cash register one. He would go to self checkout. He like ride his car all the way over to mine, literally come hug me, kiss me on the head, and say love you, and like love you, don't be a stranger, and walks away. And like, this is me. I'm like frozen like an icicle for a full hour. I'm like, what in the crap just happened? I think he did that a couple times, and I just think that's crazy because, like, you know, he wouldn't take the time to support me when I needed him. He did that, and also my stepmother, his wife, she's the other one that didn't support me. Like, when I say my parents, it's the adopted dad that adopted me from Romania, and well, actually, he adopted. I was already in. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. His wife, not my adopted mom. She does support me. She does not give one crap. She actually knew since birth. She's like, bro, I've known. I've literally had it in the back of my head that you're a boy, because I wouldn't do like any, like, yeah, that's a different story. So she would also go like in Walmart. You know, everyone goes to Walmart, and like she would like see me like working there. She'd be like, oh hey, what's up, and like act like we're all best friends and stuff. And this was like in 2019 too, and I was like, what? When I lived in your house, you wouldn't even talk to me like this. So why are you talking to me? I think it's like because they're cops and judges, so they're in the public eye. So like they have to look like they're cool and like really supportive and happy people, you know. So I feel like it was kind of like, just in case anyone saw, like, oh yeah, I do care about my kid, you know, something like that. But I don't know. But now, coming back to now, I recently got my name changed, well, a while ago, you know, like the beginning of 2020. Maybe in the middle of 2020, I don't remember. But I did call them. I called my adopted dad. I like to call him adopted dad. I don't know why. That's just the way I like to. That's kind of how I do. I mean, yeah, that's just how I like to say it, okay? Because he did adopt me. He's not my biological dad. I might just be calling him that because it helps me out a little more, being like, hey, like, and I don't want my kids to ever think about it that way. That's why I'm really sad if I'm ever gonna adopt or anything like that. Because if they think of the way I'm thinking, like, I feel like it's a way for me to cope. Like, hey, he doesn't support me, but remember, he's not my real dad. Like, that's kind of the way I cope with it, which I like. It is really sad because I don't want my kids to, like, one day, like, I ground my kids one day and then be like, well, you're not my real dad, you know, because that will actually hurt me, like, really bad. But that's kind of how I do it to cope with it, because, like, he doesn't support me, so I'm kind of like, well, he doesn't support me because, you know, he obviously doesn't care about me, and I kind of be like, well, he's not my dad, you know, because he didn't make me, you know. But hopefully that made sense. That's just kind of the way I cope with it. I just call him adopted dad. Um, but I recently just called them, and I called them because I was getting my name changed. I want to make sure I have all my documents because I'm Romanian, and like, there's just a lot of stuff, and it's actually harder, you know, to do stuff in the United States, like get all my cards and all that. So I called them just to make sure one more time that they gave me everything. And when I called them, I called my adopted dad because I remember his phone number, and you know, he always tried to act cool. He didn't know my phone number at the time because I got a new phone number. and a new phone. He would answer the phone, hello? And then I tell him who I am, and he's like, oh, hey, yeah, I don't really care, what's up, and then he would be like, oh, your mother, stepmother. I think he said mother because he tries to make me call her mother. Your mother wants to talk to you, and then hands the phone to her and she just stopped talking about it. And remember, they're cops and judges, so I thought maybe could even help me out and all that. And they said they would, but never did. I gave them my Gmail account. They never helped me out, which I figured out how to change my name anyways. But then she just kept talking to me like, oh my god, how have you been? Like, don't be a stranger. Like, come talk to us. You can always come over. You know where we live. Blah blah blah. You used to live here. Blah 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 blah. And all that. I'm like, bro, you're talking to me more than you did when I lived there. It's crazy. She's talking to me like I'm a real human being. When I needed you and I wanted to have a conversation with you, you never did. But now you're chattable. Oh my god, blah, 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 what? So I guess the moral of the story, that's just me ranting, and this is kind of a ranting video. The thing what I used to say is forgive and forget. That used to be my motto. Bro, life's too short. Fucking forgive and forget. I don't give a fuck, But then at the end of the day, what I'm kind of thinking is it would never be the same. I'm probably never, ever going to step foot in that house ever in my life. If I see them out in public, I might say hi, Or if and it's usually I won't say hi unless they say hi. And then I would be like, hey, what's up, But it won't be completely, yo, what's up, dad? No, I probably won't even call them dad. If I do, it would be like, hi, dad. It won't be like, oh, hey, daddy. Oh, But the moral of the story is, I was a kid. They couldn't help me. They were my biggest bullies when I was a kid. When I needed them, they were the biggest bullies I've ever had. I've had bullies. I had people that I have haters on this channel, and nothing. The reason why I guess I can stand the hate, I can take it, is probably because my parents are my biggest bullies. But that's kind of why I don't think I'll ever really forgive or forget, because they should have been there. And now I'm an adult. If they want to support me now, bitch, I don't need your support now. I have all you guys. I have a lot of people around me that support me and love me for who I am. And that's what I needed as a kid. And now I finally have it. And I'm smart enough to do everything myself now. I don't need them. As a kid, I did because I was a baby kid. And now I'm an adult. I don't need my parents. Yes, I would love to still be like, oh, it's Christmas, I want to see my dad and mom. But you know what? I guess some people don't have dad and mom. And I'm one of those people. But I just going to be a better parent to my kid. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, I just want to tell you guys, if your parents don't support you, don't try to change yourself for them. Don't be like, oh, one day they will. Maybe they will, but you got to think about it. The hardest time in your life, they won't support you. You finally get your life together and you transition and be good. And then they're like, okay, I'll support you. Maybe because they didn't want to go through all the hard thing and they didn't want to be with you through it, But then after you're done, it's like, okay, I'll support you. I needed you the hard times, my depression. I needed you when I was, really depressed and you weren't there. And then now I'm completely over and I'm happy. I'm still depressed, obviously, but not as much. And I'm finally, transitioned. I don't need your help. And now they're like, hey, what's up? Let's be best friends again, and I'll be your dad. It's like, no, I don't need you. I don't need you. I'm an adult. But, yeah, hopefully you guys like my rants. My bad. I just kind of had to get it off my chest. I don't know why. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up and like, subscribe, comment, share. And I'll see you guys next video. See ya.